Hi there, Heather Steves here. Today I want to share with you a fun little home decor piece that I made last season and finally got around to actually taking proper photos so that I could create this video. So I picked up a couple of these pre-made tags from the Dollar Tree and I wanted to make them over. So I took some white chalk paint and I'm just painting over the front of them. They did have glitter on them, and so I used some sanding blocks and I sanded that off and then made sure that the surface was kind of a little bit rough so that it would hold the paint. So that's what you see me doing here. I'd already done one ahead of time, and so now I'm just painting the second one and making sure that I get it covered. Once I finished painting these, I set them aside and let them dry, and then I came back to them the next day to start decorating them. So you can still see some of the original sign through the white paint, so I decided to just use that as the back and then do all of my decorating on the original back side. So I'm using some papers from Close to My Heart. This kind of birch bark paper is from the Oh Dear collection, which is quite a few years old. Making sure that I've got a lot of adhesive on there. And then I found that it was easier to actually attach the paper this way by laying it down and putting my board on top. It just seemed to be a lot easier. So now I'm just going to add the bottom piece. So this buffalo plaid is from the Jack collection, and they both just worked really well together. So I'm just adding those on there. And then what I'm doing is I'm taking a sanding block and I'm just sanding off the edges. So I find that this is the easiest way, and it also gives it a little bit of a distressed look because Close to My Heart paper all has a white core, and so that white core kind of shines through once you do that, and it makes it nice and rustic looking. So the other reason for using the sanding block when I'm doing this with paper on a chipboard or on wood like this is it just seems to make it fit and marry with the wood itself much better than just cutting it. So now that I've got all of the edges of my paper sanded off, I need to re-poke that hole where the string goes through. So I'm just using this little metal tool that I have. It's got a sanding edge on it, and so it's giving me a nice clean hole there that I can put my string into. I picked up some ribbon from the dollar store. So this is kind of what started, I guess, my theme for these tags. And I just really like the rustic kind of look of it, the fact that it has the buffalo plaid in the little icons that are on it. So it was just kind of a fun little piece that I thought would work well. So I'm just attaching a little bit of score tape to it. It's a little bit stronger, so that will hold it, but I'm also using my ATG. And then I'm just gonna place the ribbon on there, and that really is strong enough to hold it on there. When I flip it around the back, I'm doing the same thing, but I don't want that rough edge. So I'm actually taking some score tape and I'm just kind of hemming it. And so then that gives me more of a finished edge. Not that it really matters on the back, but I just thought it would be nicer that way. And then I can attach all of my ribbon all the way around the back. So now I just have a little piece of twine that I cut, and I'm just going to tie a little knot in it and then loop that through the top for my hanger. So I actually forgot to record the completion of this project. I actually cut a sentiment from some glitter vinyl on my Cricut, and then I added it to the front. I cut out these little red berries with the Cricut vinyl too, but I ended up adding some liquid glass to them to try and make some dimension on them and make them look more like a gem. So I actually only added a sentiment to the one tag, and then I took the second one, although it was completed the same, it was just without a sentiment, and I just used some big fat glue dots and I attached them together so that they would hang really nicely. And so here you can see my completed tags. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Have a wonderful day.